Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce woke up early in Minnesota, ready to savor a rare, peaceful morning together, the kind of break from their whirlwind lives that feels almost stolen. Taylor, known to the world as the pop superstar with stadiums at her feet, managed to slip through the city unnoticed. She pedaled her bike through the park's leafy paths, her hair tucked under a cap, sunglasses shielding her eyes, a gentle smile playing on her lips as she rode through the dappled sunlight. Beside her, and just as incognito, Travis Kelce, the Kansas City Chiefs' star tight end, matched her pace. The two of them kept their conversation quiet, their laughter muffled by the morning breeze, savoring the kind of privacy that rarely comes their way. They had arrived in Minnesota only the day before, slipping into town with almost no one the wiser, and now, with barely a day to themselves, they prepared to slip away again. But in those precious hours, they weren't superstars or athletes or tabloid headlines. They were just two people sharing the simple joy of a morning ride. By midday, their brief escape ended, and they packed their bags, heading back toward Kansas. There, their paths would diverge for a few days. Travis to Arrowhead Stadium, where the Chiefs would battle the Ravens, and Taylor to London, where she was scheduled to appear on The Graham Show. A whirlwind schedule that would keep them apart just long enough to miss each other. But as insiders assured Tavs 87, Taylor would be back before the week wrapped up, making her way to Kelce Jam. While this year's event wouldn't be a sprawling music festival packed with crowds, organizers promised surprises for fans and plenty of moments to remember. Travis, meanwhile, seemed unbothered by the chaos of his professional life blending with his personal one, even as questions swirled about his future with Taylor. He spoke candidly on his New Heights podcast, which he co-hosts with his brother Jason Kelce, about the challenges he's faced lately, from the demands of the NFL to the constant rumors about his relationship. Despite the speculation, he made it clear they were in no rush to move from engagement to wedding planning, choosing instead to bask in the joy of their commitment. For weeks, the two had managed to keep their engagement under wraps, sharing the news only with their closest friends and family. When word finally got out, it was a relief. No more sneaking around, no more whispered phone calls or coded messages. They could finally celebrate openly, and celebrate they did, with quiet dinners and laughter-filled evenings, taking a moment to breathe before the next chapter began. Friends close to the couple shared that there was no pressure to set a wedding date or choose a venue, no rush to make decisions or finalize plans. Taylor, ever the creative soul, dove into researching possible locations for the big day, her imagination running wild with possibilities. She scrolled through images of countryside estates, historic mansions, and sunlit gardens, each one sparking new ideas. But even with her excitement, she wasn't ready to make any final calls. The question of what she would wear when she walked down the aisle remained unanswered, though nearly every major designer in the world had reached out, eager to create a dress worthy of the moment. Taylor found herself overwhelmed by the outpouring, flattered and grateful, yet hesitant to make a choice. For now, she was content to dream and let the possibilities unfold. Travis, for his part, kept things simple. He joked that wedding planning would be a breeze compared to figuring out how to win a football game, especially after a rocky start to the Chiefs' season. At one point, after a tough loss, he laughed with Jason on their podcast about the frustrations on the field, quipping that catching a football was harder than planning a wedding. But underneath the jokes, it was clear he was excited for what lay ahead. Confident that with Taylor by his side, even the biggest challenges would feel a little easier to tackle. As for the wedding itself, both Taylor and Travis agreed. They wanted something private, intimate, and meaningful. No massive guest lists, no endless spectacle, just friends and family gathered to witness their vows. Though the world might expect a grand event, the couple preferred something quieter. A celebration that reflected who they were rather than the roles they played in public. Both were determined to protect their privacy, to keep the ceremony away from prying eyes and flashing cameras. They imagined a gathering filled with laughter, heartfelt speeches, and the music that had brought so much joy to both their lives. Taylor pictured herself walking down the aisle, surrounded by people who had supported her through every high and low, her closest friends and family lining the path. Travis looked forward to sharing the day with his tight-knit crew, the teammates and relatives who had shaped him. There would be no over-the-top displays, no all-star guest list packed with celebrities. Instead, the focus would be on the love they shared and the new life they were building together. Even as rumors swirled and headlines speculated, the couple stayed grounded, reminding each other of what really mattered. Their days together were filled with small moments, late-night talks, shared jokes, quiet mornings like the one they'd stolen in Minnesota. They made time for each other, even when their schedules pulled them in opposite directions, finding ways to stay connected across continents and time zones. When Taylor traveled to London for work, Travis sent her messages of encouragement, cheering her on from afar. When he returned to Kansas City for a crucial game, Taylor watched from backstage, her heart pounding with every play. They celebrated each other's victories and weathered every defeat together, refusing to let the pressure of fame or the scrutiny of the media come between them. Their friends admired their resilience, the way they balanced ambition with affection, never losing sight of what made their relationship special. Even as the world watched, Taylor and Travis found time to nurture their bond, carving out moments for just the two of them in the midst of the chaos. They learned to tune out the noise, focusing instead on the laughter they shared and the dreams they chased together. When the time came to think about their wedding, they approached it with the same sense of adventure that had fueled their romance from the beginning, exploring new ideas and possibilities without rushing or forcing anything. They wanted the day to be a reflection of their journey, a celebration of the love that had brought them together and the life they were building side by side. As Taylor sorted through sketches and fabric samples sent by designers around the world, she imagined the day not as a performance, but as a promise. Travis, meanwhile, kept his focus on the present, determined to savor every moment leading up to the big day. He joked with Jason about the challenges of balancing football and wedding planning, but it was clear he wouldn't trade this chapter for anything. Their families supported them every step of the way, offering advice and encouragement without imposing their own ideas. Taylor's parents helped her weigh her options, reminding her to trust her instincts. Travis's brother Jason offered a steady presence, cheering his sibling on through every twist and turn. Even as the details remained up in the air, one thing was certain: the wedding would be a day to remember, a testament to the love that had grown between two people who had found each other in the unlikeliest of circumstances. Both Taylor and Travis knew the world would be watching, but they refused to let that shape their choices. They wanted the day to feel authentic, to capture the joy and intimacy that defined their relationship. Whether they exchanged vows in a sun-drenched garden or a candle-lit hall, they knew the setting was secondary to the feeling. As they continued to dream and plan, Taylor and Travis remained focused on what truly mattered: each other. They leaned on their friends and family for support, grateful for the love that surrounded them. Even as their schedules pulled them in different directions, they found ways to stay connected, sending each other small reminders of their love. The road ahead would be challenging, filled with new adventures and unexpected twists, but they faced it together, hand in hand. Their story was still unfolding, each chapter richer than the last, and as they looked toward the future, they did so with hope, excitement, and unwavering commitment. If you're enjoying these behind-the-scenes glimpses, don't forget to subscribe for more updates on Taylor and Travis. From quiet mornings in Minnesota to high-stakes games at Arrowhead, their journey is one of love, resilience, and adventure. Stay tuned for more stories as they continue to write their own unique fairy tale, one moment at a time.